Dawn and Angie shining bright with tarot cards and spirits near. Answers to your questions appear. Sonoran, mystic guiding your way. A5Says brings light to your day. Psychic vibes and mediumship glow. It's the show where mysteries grow. Shuffle the deck, feel the air. Whispers of the unknown everywhere. Life's tough questions fade to light with Dawn and Angie by your side. Sonoran, mystic guiding your way. A5Says brings light to your day. Psychic vibes and mediumship glow. It's the show where mysteries grow. The veil is thin, the stars align. Unlock the secrets, time to shine. Feel the magic, let it flow. Together through the mystic show. Sonoran, mystic guiding your way. A5Says brings light to your day. Psychic vibes and mediumship glow. It's the show where mysteries grow.
Hi, Don. How are you today? You're muted.
Some people might tell you that's a better way to be for me.
Oh, no, I love hearing you talk, Don. You're so soothing.
So, oh goodness, welcome in, Miss Angie. Welcome in, everybody.
Hey, Abby. I think she was on earlier with Miss Wendy, ABA
Oh, really?
Tanya. Uh-huh.
Abby, how did you like Miss Wendy? Isn't she something? We adore her. We've known her for so long, and she is such a good, warm
She's so
spirit.
no nonsense. She's just straight.
Yeah,
She shoots from the hip. She
yeah.
doesn't sugarcoat it. She's going to be honest with you. She's going to tell you what she thinks. And I just love her.
And she doesn't use a lot of superlatives. Usually, it's like, again, it's very straight and earthly. She's just so nice. She's very
Yeah.
motherly too. You can tell she's a mother and grandmother because she
Exactly.
has that just warm motherly energy, you know?
Yes. I just love her.
Yeah, and she
And I
gives good
miss her. I
hugs.
told her I have to come and see her.
Yeah, she gives good hugs, by the way, too.
I know.
Yes, I'm like, oh, okay. Now, it's interesting because my YouTube channel is showing up here, but it's interesting. My Facebook, Sonoran Mystic Tarot Facebook channel isn't showing up.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I got an
Oh, it is.
alert from that either. Although it does show me as live,
Mhm.
but I don't think I got an alert from your page.
Lord have mercy. I tell you what.
So your Rumer-Rivera page is live. So I'm on it, and it has this little red circle that says you're live.
Okay, good.
So you are on Rumer-Rivera. So
Mhm.
I don't. Let me look at Sonoran. It's live there too. Yep, I see it live. So when you go to Facebook, both are live.
Oh, super. I'm looking for yours.
Hey, darling.
Is yours live too? Did you check?
Yep, I check mine. It's live
Okay.
too. Hey, KK.
Cool beans. Well, everybody, welcome in. It's good to see y'all. And we were just talking about we're talking about Julie's show this morning, and she had she interviewed a wonderful, wonderful woman that we know and like very much. So it was good to have her and to watch the interview and actually I learned some things I didn't know. It's funny. I've read for her a number of times in class. She's read for me, but it was cool to listen to her because there's some things I just never knew, which don't usually come up in conversation. So it was kind of nice, you know. And also, it's she's so good, and she's so good at her craft, and her talents are good and strong, that it gave me, even though I felt frustrated for her when she said she had to walk away for a while, I felt good because I'm like, you and I have gone through periods where we feel that same energy, and we're like, okay, so we're not the only ones. There's other people who do this too, even when they're to that degree, to that level of quality of work, you know. And you're like, okay, I don't feel so bad when I have those moments or those weeks.
This because I still watch a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. I also noticed that collectively people will start saying, refresh yourself. We're having a really high energetic time, or we're
Uh-huh.
having a lot of energy being thrown at us. And so a lot of readers will tell you, recuperate, recover, or they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, I've been gone for so long, taking care of myself and,
yeah.
giving myself self care and this and that. And so I was like, oh, okay.
Do you remember? I don't. I think you and I have spoken of this before. I'm almost certain it was you. If not, then it was Shauna. But I think it was you as well. We talked about Zane, the tarot reader,
Oh,
on
yeah, yeah. Oh,
right.
definitely Zane. Yep, me and you.
Yeah, I remember he walked away. He walked away
Yep,
for a year.
yep. And
He
he
just
came
said
back.
he did. I know. I'm watching him. I'm like having him back. But remember, he said, you know what? I need to do something different. My physical and my mental health need something different. And
And
so
people don't realize how much of a weight it is. They think it's just like, oh, you just read, but you burn out like every other profession.
you do. I mean, the energy level, the sustained folks. What is it's interesting is the energy level you have to sustain during any single reading, much less a bunch of readings in a row, can be really very daunting and exhausting if you're not careful. And they tell you drink a lot of water, which is true because with the spirit energy, man, our bodies get depleted. It's really crazy, you know.
Hmm.
And maybe I know Angie, I was thinking about that too. By the way, when I was thinking about that with you the other day, when they were talking about how the requirement to take a lot of water and so forth. And I'm wondering if that's part of the reason why you like to chew ice so much, because you're still taking in the water, but it's also that motion.
Of my water. Since my iron is up to a regular person's level, I don't like the sensation anymore. Even with the new ice maker, I love my new ice maker, but it doesn't feel the same. I don't know what it was, but when my iron was really, really low, there was just a way that it felt when it was on my teeth, and I like that sensation on my
Yeah,
teeth. Now it doesn't feel like that. I'll still chew it, but it doesn't
yeah.
feel the same. There's not the same joy.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. And that could be, it's kind of like well, it's kind of like um it's like when you have when you somehow are altered with the sensation of the of a texture of a meat or something, and at one point you enjoy it and then you do it and you're like, I don't like that texture, and therefore you don't like the food anymore.
Well, Don, so I love lobster. I have lobster every other way. You know how I don't like it fried. Somebody battered and fried it, and I just didn't like it. It took away from that 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 sweetness of it, that
Yes.
nice
Yeah.
flavor of it. And so when they fried it, I just couldn't enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I've had different, like I even had it fried at Sugar Jam because you can get lobster and grits. You can get
Right.
fried
Right.
lobster tail and grits for
Right.
one of your meals, and it just didn't taste the same fried.
Yeah.
Now I love lobster, but once you change that texture, it
Yeah.
just doesn't taste the same to me.
Yeah, it's interesting too is that when you go on chemo, when for those of you who don't know, my spouse is an oncologist, and he said over and over again when he tells folks, when he advises them that they're going to have to go on chemo, right, and before they start their chemo regimen, he warns them, do not eat your favorite food while you're on chemo, because more often than not, because your chemo flavor patterns change, that if you eat your favorite food on chemo when you're off of chemo, you will probably not like the flavor anymore of that food. You will be turned off on that food. So he warns me, he says, no matter how much you like it, do not eat it while you're on chemo because you take that risk of having it become something you do not like when you're done. And yet people do it. And then they come back to him and said, you warned me, you know? And it's
I'm gonna
true.
listen. I don't know. Well, maybe you should eat a food that you overindulge in, so you'll not like it. Like, oh, let me eat some cake
Exactly.
and see if I can get that off my back.
Yeah, for me it would be chocolate because when I'm in those
Oh,
moments where I just need something sweet, and I used to hate chocolate. I don't know what changed. When I was a kid, I did not like chocolate, and then at somewhere in my late teens, early 20s in Germany,
my niece doesn't like chocolate either. The one that's 20, well, she'll be 25 this weekend.
uh
She doesn't like chocolate either. She only likes fruity candy. She will not,
yeah,
and I thought that was the weirdest thing ever.
yeah, I didn't like it, and it was weird, and I didn't like peanut butter, nor did I like peanut butter and chocolate. I didn't like the combination, and it's fascinating
Oh,
because now I do, and but when I went to Germany, the European chocolates taste different.
oh, okay.
And so they're not as sweet. They're not as sugar forward, right? And so and so I started eating chocolate over there, and I should never have done it because when I
Uh,
came back here and started eating American chocolate with all more sugar, then I got used to that sugar. But I think if I had not, that's one thing maybe I shouldn't have gone to Europe for. I should never have tried European chocolate. It screwed me.
yeah. Listen, those little Reese's thins, like it's the Reese cup, but it's the thin version. Put
Uh-huh.
those in the freezer. That's a good time, Don.
You know what I like in the freezer are the peppermint patties and the Andes Thin Mints.
Along the same lines with the
Yes.
peanut butter, the same
Yep.
lines. You get that same sensation. That it's that
Yep.
cold and then that chocolate and then that
Yep.
feeling. It's so good. But yes, a York peppermint patty in the
Your
freezer,
peppermint.
and just, oh my goodness. Or
Yep.
junior mints, junior mints.
Junior mints, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. I find
yeah.
myself having to still have those, and it's funny because they sit there and I keep them right now in the fridge, and they're in one little compartment by themselves, and nobody else likes them, so that's good. They sit up there, and I'll have one every few days, and I'm like, oh, and that's all.
I wish
That's
I
my
could say that
little.
because you buy some junior mints here and they are gone. All the kids like it, except for the one who doesn't like chocolate, but all
Yeah,
the kids like it. They had junior caramels. It wasn't the same. It was too chewy.
I
So
couldn't.
instead
Yeah,
of the mint in the inside, it was caramel and it was just too chewy.
Caramels not my thing. It never really has been. It just no. There's something about that flavor of mint and how it opens up your sinuses, and you just feel like, it's like a fresh winter morning. It's like, you just kind of, oh man.
Miss Darlene, are you still here and are you open to a reading? And Curti, I have a question for you too if you're open to a reading. I got messages for both of you at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So if either of you are open to a reading, I'll do it. Hi, Naya. Hello, Lakita. Um,
Do, 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 do. Darlene says she's
Okay,
here.
Miss Darlene, it's yours, sir. You are, yes. So, Miss
Hmm.
Darlene, I see you running. It's like, okay, so you're chasing something. It's like you're chasing a job. I don't see what the job is. You're chasing it, but you're laughing. So, because I tap into your higher power. So when I say they, I mean your higher power. They show me they don't think that you're serious about it. You don't seem to be seriously interested in anything. You're just kind of chasing it for, like, I got to have some money, so I'm going to do it. You don't seem to have a passion or a desire for any one thing. So they show me you chasing it, but when it gets all past you or when it gets close to you, you just stop and start laughing. And so your guides or your higher power doesn't see you as actually wanting it or being serious about your career advancement. They just feel like you're just, you know, until this job ends, they don't see you having a desire as to what you want. So like if the perfect job could call you tomorrow, what would it be? And so the reason it seems like you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping is because you just don't seem to have a plan or any certain desire as to what you want to do within a job. So that's how it's being shown to me is like if you set your mind to it and say, okay, I want this type of job, I want these hours, I want this pay, I want this company or whatever it is that you say, then you would be more aligned with it. Right now, it just seems like your higher power is asking you to give them something to bring to you. Like it's kind of like you're waiting to say, well, whatever the Lord blesses me with. But the Lord is saying, what is it that you want me to bless you with? How do you want me to bless you? How do you want me to bring these things to you? And since you're not getting and since you're not focused on anything or giving them anything to help you with, it's just kind of like, well, somebody's saying, "Oh, I want to make more money," and you make 19.50 an hour. So now you make 19.60 an hour. You get a 10-cent raise. So you got more money, but you weren't specific. What you really wanted was $25 an hour, but you didn't ask for a certain amount, or you didn't make your request known. So I believe if you actually put out there like, "Oh, you know what? I want an office job. I want to work remote. I want this pay," then you'll be more aligned with finding that, because right now you're just kind of like, well, whatever comes along. And so to me, your guides don't see you as focused on any one thing that they can help you with. So that's what I got for Miss Darlene.
Darlene, I feel also with all that, there's also a crossroads at home. Are you are you having an issue with your relationship, or did you recently separate or divorce or something? I'm getting some kind of relationship issue, and I can't believe I'm doing love reading, Angie. Please,
The
Lord have
spirit of
mercy.
Bonnie just
But
won't rest, will it?
I know, but I'm really picking up that there's there's a
Look who
there
came
she
right
is.
in, right on cue. As soon as you said love reading, here comes Miss
Yes,
Bonnie. Hey,
indeed.
how you doing?
Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. No, darling, again, are you not in a relationship, or are you at a crux in a position with a relationship that's not in a good place? Because I'm really picking up a situation there,
Not
and
married, because
I'm
we were
feeling like
coworkers, so I do know that. And we're also Michigan
okay.
buddies. So
Oh, okay. So Darlene, are you presently in a relationship, or again, is that out at this point? That there's not, because I'm getting more the out than the in, shall we say?
I don't know what the both is.
You can wait. You can be in a relationship and not be in a relationship, or
You got a boyfriend and a husband?
how
You got
does
a
that
boyfriend
work?
and a husband?
I know. How does that work? I'm telling this turned into more than a love reading. Oh my god.
Oh, she can't tell.
You're
Okay.
out of relationship. Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, yeah, because I was definitely picking up the out of it, but you're frustrated because you want to be in a relationship, and you're like, why is this not working? Why is this not working? And I feel that part of it is an energy situation. I think that you're gonna have to work. You have to find a way to adjust your energy, because I think that the energy that you're exuding is one that is just not conducive to that give and take and pull and push. So if I were you, I would what I would do is I would not focus on relationships. Period. When you go out with friends, go out with these people, go out and do these things, but don't always have behind your head thinking, I wonder if I'm going to find somebody today. Because again, I think that the agenda that's in the background is sending that energy out, and people are like, okay, this is a little too much. And I think that you have a lot of great energy, but unfortunately, I think because you push energy out so easily, which is a good thing, and that's why Angie was able to connect to you and draw to you, and that's why I'm connecting to you without having to do anything pretty much, because like you're just radiating. You're very good with your energy, but that same fairness that you give energy away, you also other people connect and they're like, ooh, that's a little intense. Not your energy, but that wish for I want a relationship. So what I would suggest to you is start going out with people and doing things, but do it without any expectations or any even thinking about will I meet, will I not, who cares at this point. Do that. The other thing I would suggest to you, I'm being drawn to some kind of 3-day weekend something. Is there a class coming up for you, or some kind of getaway for 3 days with a group of people? And again, is it a business trip, or is it a class or a seminar, or could it be maybe just going away with family for 3 days? I see a trip, or again, that situation. And believe it or not, in that situation, you're going to come in close proximity to Psalm 1. And this will be the reason why you don't need to push hard, because it's going to find you. that energy will find you, and it's going to be there because there you're off guard. There you've totally let down because there you're just around people and you're doing your thing. You're very comfortable, and they're going to say, "Oh, I'm drawn to this. I love this person's energy." Again, you put out great energy. They're going to be drawn to it, but you're going to be not you're going to be off guard, and by being off guard you're not sending out the other energy, and that's wonderful because they're going to take it. So I see this taller dark haired dark man. I see him very confident, very comfortable with himself. He's a little bit clumsy though, because it's funny when I was visualizing him, it showed me him kind of tripping and knocking a glass over. So he may be a little clumsy in that sense, which I think is kind of interesting. It's a very interesting thing that he would show me in that sense. But this is a guy who's going to be very warm and inviting, and you're going to be instantly drawn to him, and he will be instantly drawn to you. And again, this is going to take place very in the next few months, but again, within a 3-day period, like a long weekend situation. And again, this could be a business trip that you're on. This could be a training program that you're on. It could be a family situation. But yeah, this is where this is going to happen. And you guys are going to connect, and that's going to be such a strong bond for a long time to come. I'm not saying he's Mr. Right for sure, but he's definitely Mr. Right now and Mr. Right for a long time.
One
Okay.
second, Curdy, we
And
see
maybe
your messages, so we are going to get to you. I just got two of them at the
mhm,
same time. And then, Darlene, I have one more thing for you. I hear a
mhm,
phone ringing, like I hear the phone ringing, and every time you pick it up, somebody's asking you, somebody's reaching out their hand. Can you send me? Can you give me? Can you? And so, like Don was saying, you give away a lot. So I feel like people are overutilizing you. And the card that came up immediately was the Queen of Wands. And usually when they show the Queen of Wands, she has a whole bunch of hands. So like she's helping this person and that person, that person. And I feel like you're being overutilized and underappreciated. Like people are constantly calling you for a handout or a hand up or some kind of helping hand. And you're being overly, you're just being depleted. You're just giving, 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 whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whether it's, a service or something. You're just overly giving too much. And your guys want you to pull back. They're saying no is a complete sentence. You don't have to give everybody every bit of you, and you don't have to tell people what your financial situation or just what your situation is anyway. You can say no, and you don't have to explain why. Oh no, I got a car note this week, or oh no, um, I, I'm sorry.
we're just talking about helping hands. We're
Exactly.
talking about
So
helping hands.
you just need to kind of like push back and say no, or it's just not that time for me. Like you don't have to obligate every dollar of your money. So say you're saving for something, you're just saving in general, and then somebody comes up with a need and they're like, "Oh, I need," and you're like, "Oh, I guess I could give it to them." You can say no. Just because you have the money, you don't have to give the money, or because you have the time, you don't have to give the time. Self-care is what they're showing me. It's like just learn to have self-care and not allow everybody to utilize you in every aspect of your life. No is a complete sentence, and you don't have to feel, guilty about it. You don't have to give an explanation. Just no, I don't have it, or no, I won't be able to do that, and just let it go. But your phone is
Mhm.
ringing, and a lot of people are asking you for things, and you just haven't
Yeah.
been saying no, and your guys want you to pull back a little bit. Self-care, self preservation, like keep track of what's good for you and how you can move forward. I feel like you're missing out on opportunities to maybe buy a house or upgrade your car or do things like that because you're giving, giving, giving so much. So you're stretching your resources thin, but you don't have to. Oh, I like that, setting personal boundaries. Oh no, is that you and Shauna? Hey, look
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
setting personal boundaries. So this would be a good podcast to listen to because you just don't have to give everything away. Like you're missing out on opportunities for yourself because you're giving out. So when it's time for you to do something for you, you're like, oh, well, I don't have the money. You have the money. You utilize this for somebody else. Their emergency isn't your problem.
Right.
Them not understanding how to do their stuff isn't your problem. You have to do what's best for you because when you call on them, are they available for you? And so your guys just want you to just kind of step back and see things from a different
Mhm.
perspective as far as preserving who you are. But other than that, I think you're all good.
Mhm. And Darlene, it's really interesting. The thing I just popped up, I'll pop it up one more time so you can see it. But this podcast is really good about setting personal boundaries, because the one thing about that Angie was trying to explain that's wonderful about personal boundaries is once you set them and you have the conversation, you actually avoid more conflict. You avoid conflict because you come to an agreement. And you say, "Hey, these are my boundaries. This is where I'm okay. This is where I'm not." And so we are all in agreement that this is where the boundary is. And then when somebody crosses it, you don't have to say, you just say, you know what, we had this conversation, you crossed the boundary, well, let's backtrack. And then they don't feel attacked because you're like, oh, that's right, you did tell me. So they don't may not like it, but the best part is it avoids conflict. It avoids problems down the road because you said it before it gets emotional. You said it before it becomes a you versus me, or are you not caring? No, it's not caring. I set my boundary a long time ago. You crossed into my boundary, and we have both agreed that that was my boundary. So we agreed you need to go back beyond the boundary. So it really does help avoid a lot.
And
It really
I have
does.
a perfect example. We have an uncle. He will call us every single day and ask us the same question over and over and over again. He's an older uncle, and he'll just keep asking the same questions. So one year his question was, when y'all coming to visit? When y'all's coming to visit? And we kept saying, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Keena told him, probably never. She said, I'm probably never going to come and visit you at all. And I'm just going to be honest. Do you know he never called her again? He never asked her again. He left her alone after that. And she set that boundary. She just told him, absolutely not. I'm probably never going to come. And he stopped asking her,
Yep.
and he was still bothering the rest of us because we kept saying, oh, well, I don't know. We'll look into it. He clearly, once she said that, he didn't ask her no more for nothing else.
Yeah, he got the read. He's like, okay, yeah, we're good, you know. But it really does. It's great to do that. It's funny because we sometimes avoid them because we don't want to get conflict, but actually setting them avoids
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
conflict. And you do it while everybody's in a great frame of mind before it becomes a problem. So therefore, when the problem could arise, it doesn't have to, because you're like, hey, we had the conversation. This is
And
where it
we're
was.
over
This
and
is we're
done with
good.
it.
We're
Yeah.
good.
Listen, I've set boundaries. Listen, I told you I
Exactly.
was dating this guy. He got off of work late, and I went to bed early. And he would call me, and I'd even be up, and I just watch that phone ring because what I said was, I go to bed at this time, regardless of what time you get off of work. You're not respecting my boundaries that I need my sleep so that I can get up in the morning. I
Yep.
don't call you early morning when I get up because I know you're sleeping, preparing for your second shift. So don't disrespect my sleep schedule because you just got off of work at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I am asleep. And no, I'm not getting up to answer the phone. Have a good day, sir.
Hello.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
And I just let it go. Quinn know who I'm talking about. That's why she said, oh Lord. And people know Keena. She is,
Liggins,
look, matter of fact.
is Liggins Davis her name?
Liggins is her maiden name. And then Davis is
Okay.
her
Because
married.
what isn't this also Quinn
Quinn Lively.
Lively?
Yeah, all of those are her. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
on YouTube she's one thing, and on here she's something else. Or she may have multiple pages, but yes, yeah. Quinn
Okay.
Lively and Lovely Quinn. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're welcome, Miss Darlene. I hope that was a good reading for you, and it helps give you some kind of direction or some kind of information. Your energy is open, just like Don said. Like we were easily able to tap in, and your messages was just like
Absolutely.
knocking on my door, like, "Hey, tell her this, tell her this, tell her this." So I got it really quickly. And then Curti, if you're still here, they show me you. Okay, so I feel like you are running from something. Like you made a decision to do something, so you're running, but you're running with your back, with your head turned back that way. So you're looking back at what you left. You can't, for some reason you don't seem to be satisfied with the decision that you made. So you keep looking back to say, wait, should I have done that? Is somebody, you're looking to see if somebody else is chasing you or if somebody's coming to get you to appreciate you a little bit more. So for whatever reason you left, what your guides want me to tell you is to be okay with the decision you made. Stop looking back because you're going to either smash into something as you're moving forward. So imagine running forward and still looking back and you run into a tree. So now you've caused an abrupt break in your path and you got to heal from that abrupt break. So whereas if you would just pay attention to where you're going to and focus on what it is you want, you'll achieve that Don't worry about what you left behind. Don't worry about who is actually whether they're appreciating you or not. If by your standards you're not receiving the appreciation, the respect, the love, the care that you want, then don't keep looking back. They're saying let it go and move forward, because your focus needs to be on where you're going and what you want versus what you left behind. There's a reason that you felt in your spirit it was time to go. Your guides are guiding you. Trust that inner knowing. Trust that you are making the right decisions, and don't fear it. You know what it reminds me of, and you know what the story that they're giving me. It's when the Israelites left the Pharaoh, and then they kept saying, "We're going to
Hmm.
go back. You're going to let us die in the wilderness. We want to go back. At least there we knew, we were going to be slaves, or we were going to be blah blah blah." But it was stable, and they were not ready for the instability of moving forward to the promised land. And so that's what they're showing me, is that you're not really ready for the instability of it, or you're not focused on it. It's like you wanted something, you decided that's what you wanted, and you don't want to um and you don't want the struggle of it. It's kind of like, oh, I broke my leg, and yes, I want my leg to be healed, I want it to be better, but I don't want to go to physical therapy, so I don't want to move forward with what will take me to where I want to be. In order for me to
Hmm.
get the leg mended, I have to go to physical therapy. I have to rest in this season and not put pressure on it. So this may be a season of rest and recouping, and just rethinking about what it is that I want to do. Like, wait, okay, what is it that I really want to do? And I know I don't know a lot about what's going on planetary wise, but there's something about Venus or something somewhere. Is that right, Don? Because I know you did the reading. Something about Venus somewhere, or blah blah blah. Some stuff is going on, and people are a little bit emotional. And listen, Miss Bonnie, you in here? Tell us what it
Yeah.
was. But there's something like I feel.
I think it's a I think they're in opposition, Venus and Pluto, and one is about change and one is
And
about
so I
love.
feel like
And so
she's
it's like,
she's feeling all
yeah.
of that, like the emotions of not being appreciated, not feeling loved, but also the Pluto of the change and the transition is also scary. So that's
Hmm.
another emotion. So you got emotion on top of emotion, on top of a little bit of action, and you're slowing down your momentum. Just focus on where you want to go, and allow the Pluto and whatever energy it's in right now to push you forward, or just whatever it is that is pushing you forward,
Hmm.
versus trying to acquire something that's in the past. It's like saying, oh, okay, I want to lose weight 5 years ago. You can't go back 5 years ago and lose weight. You are where you are, push forward, focus forward, but you're in a good place. You're in a good changing place, because they keep showing me 5 5 5. So they're showing me the 5 of Wands, but they're showing it to me in a way of healthy competition, or healthy, healthy, not necessarily chaos, but healthy conflict that's pushing you forward. Like you're in such a conflict that is pushing you forward. You ever get so mad at a job, you're like, I quit and I'm not going there. And then you go get another job and you're like, oh my gosh, it's night and day. I
Hmm.
love this place. I'll never forget. I left my American Express job and went to PayPal. Lord, do you know how much I wanted to be at, back at my old job? Because baby, that it just wasn't
I
the same.
remember
And
that
so you have
transition.
to learn to focus on what it is, the change that is necessary. I got to change, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
right change, right? It was a bad
Yeah.
change. And so this is a good change. Focus on where this transition is coming for you. And so if you have to ask questions, or you want your guys to guide you, ask them, what's my next step? How do I wait
Hmm.
productively? How do I do this in a
Yeah.
positive manner? How do I get to the next step and still be productive? Or how do I rest through this until it's time for my next step? So I feel like you're on a good path. Don't worry about it.
Mm. Bonnie says exactly, romance, love, and money
Oh,
versus
there it
change.
is. Look,
So,
look, you got all of that.
yep.
Just so much stuff going on. And so I feel like you're fine. Stay focused, but focus on where you're going, what you want, and your next steps on getting there. So you're fine, Miss Curti.
Super. Next, we're going to do Diana Reese. Diana Reese.
Okay, Diana Reese. I don't think we've ever done her. Have we done?
I've read her
Okay.
privately, but I don't think I've ever read her on here. Hmm. Do, 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 do.
Do you have a question? What did she say? Just a message. Okay. Okay. She didn't ask for a specific question. Okay. They're showing me immediately money. They're showing me coins, ching 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 ching, but not a lot of them. So is money coming in, but it's kind of um um trickling in slow, and you're wondering how to speed up or how to get the yes, we do check the chat, altruistic something. You have yeah.
It's a long
So
one.
yes, we are
Yeah.
checking the chat. We can see all
Husky.
of your comments on there, and we see you from Twitch. But Diana, like they're showing me the money trickling in, and you want to know how to bring it faster. So they're showing me like just little coins dropping here and there. It's like 2 coins here, and then you're like, okay, when is the next gonna come? When's the next gonna come? Because you need it to move faster, or you want it to move faster, and you're trying to figure out how to attract more abundance. And it doesn't have to be money, because pentacles could be like material blessings or material things that you're trying to reach or achieve, but it seems to be moving slow, and nobody likes when they're moving slow. It's kind of like seeing you sit on a rocket, but the rocket is barely moving, is moving in slow motion. And you're like, come on, how do I get this to move faster? How do I get this to go? And so your guides are saying, focus on how you like kind of how you want to get there. Like, um do you want to go at a leisurely, like kind of like, do you want to go by boat? Do you want to go by a road trip? Do you want to go by airplane? So if I had to pick, I'm going to pick an airplane because it's going to get me there faster. So your focus should be on, how do I get, what mode of transportation, or what mode of, yeah, what steps do I need to take to move this along faster? What is it that I'm missing, or what is it that I need to get in order to make this move faster? And what they're saying is, let me think, let me see what they're telling me. Calm down is the word I hear. Just calm down and relax. Like, you don't have to, like, I feel tense. Like, my body feels really tense and wound up. Like, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to make this? How am I going to work this out? And they're saying, just relax a little bit and trust in the process. I hate when people tell me to trust in the process. So I know you're not going to like it, but they're saying kind of trust that you are on the right path, because they are showing me that you are on the right path. As long as you don't veer off, you'll be fine. And again, they're showing me like this 6 of Cups, which is you looking back. This must be that season, Miss Bonnie, of where everybody's looking back and saying, well, did I make the right decision? Is this right, what I'm supposed to do? And we're out of retrograde, so why is everybody doing the redo? But everybody seems to be kind of looking back over their decisions and saying, how did I get here? But again, the King of Pentacles comes up, and that's a lot of growth. That's a lot of movement forward. And that's you attracting the abundance, making the good decisions on getting the things that you need, the blessings you need, the money that you need, or the resources that you need. And so you're right, moving in the right direction, but I think your focus is on faster, faster, faster. And they're saying, just relax a little bit and enjoy the journey a little bit. And then do you have kids? Is there a little girl, like a teen girl, or there's a girl and is she about to go off to school? Like, I feel like somebody's taking off or leaving the home, and you're worried about how they're going to survive as they move forward, or how they're going to transition out of your home. Like, is somebody leaving the state or leaving your home? Is that true? Because I feel like there's a female energy, or a girl, a lady, that is transitioning out of your home or from under your umbrella, so to speak. Like, maybe you have kids that live in the same state as you and they want to leave, or you have somebody in your house who is moving out of your house, but you seem to be worried about how they're going to move forward, or how they're going to transition forward. I don't know. She hasn't responded yet, so that's what I got for her thus far.
Well, I think that what you're talking about, Bonnie just said there is a grand cross that is happening in astrology right now, or in today, and that is 4 planets in opposition, and that's probably what you're picking up, is that massive opposition. Because when you have 4 planets in opposition to each other, I mean, that's just like crazy
Yeah.
land.
So she said no kids. There is a female in your life that seems to be transitioning or leaving you. Um, Unless it's the inner you, but it felt like a female that was moving on. So if it's not a kid, would it be like another family member? Because it seems to be somebody who's leaving, and you're worried about how they're going to move forward in their life. But there does seem to be a lot of push and pull, and you're more pulling than then you're moving forward. Like it's so slow because you feel like you're pushing it. Like it's kind of like you being behind the car and pushing it versus getting in the vehicle and allowing it to take you where you need to be. Like you're making it harder than it has to be because you're so tense and you're so locked in. And they're saying that if you just kind of relax and flow with the journey, it won't be so hard. And everything that you need to see, you'll see there. It's kind of like, oh, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking for this road sign and this road sign. And you're so tense about where to find a road sign, you're missing the whole beauty of the journey. And they're saying the road signs or the next steps will pop up as necessary. Like, oh, okay, then, oh, you know what? Maybe I should open this business, or maybe I should retire, or maybe I should move, or maybe I should downsize. Whatever it is that you need to know is coming. You just have to allow it to come in due time. Don't think that your manifestation is off. Don't think that your prayers are off. Just understand that everything is happening in due time and it's happening in the right way. So a question that you could ask, and I feel like all of these readings are really speaking to me, is how do I wait productively? How do I wait for each of these road signs to come up and enjoy the journey while I'm waiting on the next thing to tell me what to do? But overall, I feel like everything seems to be good in your life. I don't get any true hiccups or any true tragedies or anything coming up in your life. So your energy feels really good and just kind of um just wound up really tight. So that's what I got for Miss Diane.
Mhm. Diane, I'm picking up something that is in connection to you, but not for you. Okay. I'm picking up this energy about it's a male friend. So it's not you, it's a male friend of yours. I'm picking up California, picking up grayish hair, thinning gray hair, very charismatic, very open, very let's just say you never have to worry about where he stands because he's very clear to tell you. Now, this is not a relationship situation because, so this is actually a true friend. It's not a relationship friend. This is a friend. And you visit this person often, apparently, because I'm getting the energy about you visiting them often. But you're very close. So he feels very comfortable about telling you everything. And sometimes he probably shares a little too much because you're like, I don't know if I need to know that. Okay. So I get the feeling that you guys have been friends for a long time. I'm getting some caution around his health. I'm getting some caution around his again. It's just like I just get a feeling like he needs to be paying attention to signs, and he needs to be and he's already getting these signs, but he's not paying attention. And it's interesting because when you came through, I was picking up the energy for him, but through you, and you would be somebody who would worry so much about him. So I can see why that would happen. So his angels are trying to talk to your angels, and your angels are talking to me and saying, hey, make this guy pay attention to something. So something's happening with him right now. A physical something's happening. He's having some kind of happening. Something's going on, and he's not really giving it probably the attention it deserves. So I would, and it's interesting because they just flashed an image of my son, and it's my youngest son. So I'm guessing his name is Michael. The person I'm talking about's name is Michael or Gabriel because my son's those are his two names, Michael Gabriel. So if you have somebody in your life that fits this criteria, you may want to reach out to them and say, hey, how you feeling? Are you feeling something strange? If you're feeling something strange, please make sure you don't let it go too much, okay? Because I'm just picking up that energy for you. But it's not your energy. It's not you. It's them, but they shared it with you because they're ignoring it. So if this resonates with you, please make sure that you reach out to the person that you think this might resonate with, and just touch base with them. Say, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Anything quirky happening? Whatever, however you're comfortable about it. But I know that you guys are very. I just see him talking about whatever to you, and you love it. So I get the feeling like there's a very good relationship. Was he a friend of yours? Has he been a friend longer than you've been married? Because I'm feeling like he goes way back. But that's what I'm picking up for you. And if you have anything to give and let me know about confirmation, or if any of this makes sense, let me know. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up for you.
Also get like she just needs to accept the journey. Like I saw a female energy leaving. It could be her that is leaving or that is moving because it feels like you if you just decide that that's what you want to do, everything will work out for you. Like you just haven't decided that you want to take the journey because they're showing me the two of swords, and with that you have the blindfold on and you just have to make the decision. So I feel like you just need to make the decision to transition Is it either to move to a new spot or to leave something behind, but you just need to make the decision to move forward, and that's where your push pull is, that you just won't decide to move forward. So that's what I got. She said part of it resonates.
Hmm. All right. Super. Super. Well, whatever it does, use it to your advantage for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
who's next, Don?
I chose last, so you get to choose this time.
Altruistic. Um, they asked, can they have a
Plus,
reading? She altruistic. Ask, can she have a reading? So
okay.
let me see what I
Are you still here, Alter? Some of it may have related to me though. Okay. Well, Angie just pulled you up, so it's your turn anyway. So, do you have a specific question, altruistic, or is it just a general reading? Do 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 do.
Oh, altruistic, artistic. Okay. All right.
All contesting.
Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
So okay. Let me see. Um, gosh, I had a thought and I totally missed it because I was kept reading your name over and over again. Let me get back to it. Oh, that was the thing. They said that you can make this journey. Like you can make this change. You can move forward. You again are somebody who seems to be um on a seesaw. They show me you on a seesaw and you don't know if you want to be up or you want to be down. You don't know if you want to be up or if you want to be down. And it seems to be like a switch that comes on and off. It doesn't take much to make you be in a high energy or a low energy, but they're making it seem like, and I don't know you, so don't think that I'm being mean. You're not taking responsibility for the highs and lows of it. You're like, oh, this person called and pissed me off. Oh, this person said this to me. And um, oh, you're displaced and in a matter. Wait, what? Okay. So they're making it seem like you're not taking responsibility for whatever it is that your highs and lows. You're like, oh, this person did this to me. Oh, this person did that to me. And they want you to take a little bit of more accountability for what you're doing. And again, I don't know you, so don't think that I'm personally judging you. But this is how they're telling me is that you're not taking enough accountability for the decisions that you're making and the situation that you're in. Like, yeah, there may be these factors, but what decisions did you make, or what decisions did you not make, or what opportunities did you miss where you could have gotten yourself in a in a better situation? So they're showing me the seesaw, but the only person on the seesaw is you. It's like you're on both sides of the seesaw, and sometimes you're like in a high position, and sometimes you're in a low position. But overall, you're the person that's controlling it, and you can't control what people say to you, but you can control how you react to what they're saying to you or what they're doing to you. And they just want, the way I see it is that you need to take a little bit more accountability for the things that are going on in your life. As far as the medical crisis, I'm not really getting much about that. When I ask about the medical situation and will you return home, let's see. I'm getting a no, but is it so? Are you returning home to family? Because I'm getting a no, and I'm getting like an exhausted, like they're showing me the Nine of Wands, so I'm getting like an exhausted, exasperated feeling like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So are you being disruptive when you return home? So it feels like the family or whatever you're returning to is a little bit worn and tired, and they're like, okay, here we go again. Is there going to be a change? Is there going to be some accountability? How are we going to manage this, and when are we going to be taken to our limits? So it feels like you need to see things from a different perspective. What did I do to cause this situation? So if I am, having an issue in a relationship where blah 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 blah, did I not see the red flags? Did I try to make something work that I just needed to let go? Where is it that I failed to take action to make this um more easily digestible for me? And so they're just saying that you're having to um kind of move forward and take a little bit of accountability. Oh, okay. So again, so where you're saying that my partner kept dismissing my physical pain as a mental health, um you're are you an adult? Like if you're an adult, you could just go to the doctor. Your partner doesn't have to give you permission to go to the doctor. So if they're dismissing your physical pain as mental health, how did you combat that? How did you help move that forward? You don't, if somebody's telling me something that doesn't sit right in my spirit, or I know that it's different, I'm going to try to figure it out on my own without taking everything on that they're saying. So, what is it that you could have done to help get this diagnosis better? What is it that you can do now? Fine, you were misdiagnosed. If you're diagnosed correctly now, how is it that you move forward and get this back on track and get your treatment moving, flowing, ready? You said the only way you can do it is to go home. So, are you saying that the only doctors that treat whatever you have is back at home? There's no other doctors nowhere else in the world to treat whatever it is you have? Like I feel like if you just kind of take a little bit of a proactive perspective in your treatment, in your life, in your decisions, you can find some better solutions versus, well, this is what the system is doing to me. I keep getting tests until the day they kicked me out.
I think she was kicked out of the house. And is that what I'm getting? You were kicked out of the house. There was a conflict. You were kicked out of the house, and you knew when you were home, your parents made sure that you got the medical care you needed. And yet, when you're an individual and you're out and about, you're not taking as a proactive stance on your health care. So you're thinking that if you return home, they probably will stay on top of you and you will get better care.
And when you say, so
Am I
are you
mistaken?
living with your partner now and you're wanting to return to your home? And then she says, I keep getting tests until the day they kicked me out. Who is it that, is it your family that kicked you out?
I think that's what she's saying there. Yeah.
And you're saying that it's physical pain versus mental pain. So how were you diagnosed autistic, or is this you self-diagnosing and saying this is what you are? Because again, I just keep getting kind of an accountability issue, and I don't know you personally, and I didn't know any of your story, but that's how I kind of get it, is what actually are you taking responsibility for, and how can you move that forward?
Yeah, and it's interesting because I kind of picked up on some of the same energy when you were talking about it, and it's one of those things that it's like, and again, I'm also not attacking you, but altruistic, but I'm getting a feeling like sometimes the autism diagnosis, um, it can be used to defend some other behaviors, and so I'm wondering if sometimes you kind of have done that, and it kind of gets it wears overtime on people. So my mom never got my medical care taken care of, causing lifelong undiagnosed issues. I've long been known autistic. My wife dismissed my health and kicked me out.
So see how
Okay.
many other people are blamed for you as an adult. So okay, your mom didn't get you diagnosed as a child. Okay, so now you're an adult and you can get yourself diagnosed. Your wife dismissed your health issues. Like, if this is a lifelong thing, you had this before you met your wife, you had this while y'all were courting, while before y'all got married. So, at what point in your adulthood, when you could take care of yourself, did you decide to get this taken care of? Everybody in this scenario is at fault but you. My mom didn't teach me French when I was a child, but if I want to learn it, I can learn it. My mom didn't teach me how to drive, but I understand how to drive. So blaming your mom for things that happen way in your past, you're a little bit beyond that now. You're an adult. Let's move forward and get the diagnosis that you need, get the treatment that you need. And okay, yes, your wife did kick you out, but in between that stage, between I'm an adult, I'm courting, I'm getting married, I'm in this relationship, where in there were you trying to get this done before you got kicked out? And what behaviors were you exhibiting that made her? to kick you out.
A diagnosis doesn't get your health worse. A diagnosis is just saying, hey, this is what your issue is. So I don't know if I understand what you're saying there. You said I kept trying to get answers and trying to get treatment, and diagnosed got my health worse. I don't know if that's the again the way in which you are saying it, because again, your diagnosis is not going to make you worse. Your diagnosis is just saying, hey, this is the situation you're
Or are you
facing.
trying to get a
So the
diagnosis
again,
for something that you think it is and the medical profession does not think it is?
you keep trying for years and trying harder for recent months, which led to the collapse.
Right. So are you fishing for a diagnosis like, oh, if they diagnose me as this, I can get disability, I can blah, blah, blah. What is the diagnosis that you're trying to get? Because if you've been tested, and they keep saying no, are you saying the medical professionals are wrong, or is it that you're chasing a diagnosis that isn't relevant to your situation? What is EDS? Your physical therapy made your hernias worse, so you were going to physical therapy and it was hurting you, and you didn't say anything about your hernia.
But it, and they're different doctors. I mean, again, if you go to a doctor for autism, and again, I could be mistaken, but if you go to a doctor for autism, that doctor is not a specialist in Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So again, that's a connective tissue disorder, which is a different part of the body, a different medical science based on it. So that doctor who treats your autism, he may be or she may be well-rounded enough to understand that that could be something else you need to look at. But that is you as a patient are someone who has to take that on and then figure out how you're going to find a doctor to treat that. What doctor, what doctor would treat that? Who can fix this? Who, whatever. But again, you have to be. Let me help you with this again. You're the key to this. You have to be the one leading the charge for your healthcare. You have to be the one making appointments. You have to find the right specialist for something that you believe, or go back to a PCP and say, hey, look, I think I'm having this and that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work, yes. And when you have autism, it could be compounded by the autism itself. But the thing I was picking up, and I think Angie picked up his degree, is don't let the diagnosis of autism be an excuse that you run to and say because of this and that. And I'm not saying you use it necessarily as an excuse, but I did feel this energy of it frustrates people because they're like, look, you can be more active and play a more participatory role, and I don't want to hear that, oh, I have to do this for you because you can't do it for yourself because of this, that, and the other. Again, it's that very complicated tug of war that happens. And again, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying sometimes from the outside in, I get the feeling that other people are having that experience, and they're like, stand up, do some of these things yourself. You may be on the spectrum, and they may say, hey, look, yeah, you may have it, but since you're on the spectrum here where it's not as debilitating or it doesn't limit you, you can still do these things. I don't know that because I don't know you, by the way.
And I get it. You're saying that the connective tissue disorder and the hernias were undiagnosed. Um, so are you saying that these things kept you from working? Like, how has it affected your life in a way that you could not be a productive adult and make decisions for yourself? Like, how did those things, like, okay, maybe I have undiagnosed PCOS. How is that debilitating me and keeping me from being an active person who makes decisions in my life? Or maybe I have undiagnosed, I don't know, some kind of chronic back pain issue. Is it affecting your life to the point where you can't take care of yourself, like function in society, have a job, you know, have an income, pay your bills? Is it to that level of a situation? Okay, well, I am totally not reading you then. You tell me the energy is wrong, and I trust that you know better about your care than I do. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to hope that you do find the correct doctor that gives you the diagnosis that you need and the treatment that you need. And if you want to go home, I want you to go home. And so that is the positive energy that I'm going to send to you, and I hope everything works out for you.
But I hope you can take away from this conversation and the conversations you've had with other people that, again, going to the right physicians to get the right diagnosis and the right treatment is a role and responsibility that you have to take charge of. And if you feel you're having some other issues, go back to your PCP or whatever, because I don't know where you live. I don't know what kind of healthcare system you're under, because we have people from all over the world. But generally speaking, if you're having a health issue, you go to your PCP looks at it, and then your PCP says, I need you to send you to the specialist. I need you to send you to this specialist. I need you to send you to this specialist. And then you go to that specialist, and then they try to diagnose you, and they say, do you have something or not? So again, the key to it is going back and going to your PCP, going back to your physicians, and have them take you and direct you to the people who need to fix that specific disorder. But because you have a doctor who treats one thing, that doesn't mean that doctor missed that thing. The other thing is not their area of expertise, and so that's kind of goes back to a PCP situation. But more importantly, again, it seems as though we're in a different connection than you are with this, and so the Lord knows we don't want to antagonize the situation, and that seems to be like we've triggered for you in something that creates that. But the point is that most importantly, take your active role, play your part in being very active about your healthcare, be involved, and keep on top of it, and you may see a way through this. If you're looking for answers, I don't know what answer you're looking for from a psychic point of view. I'm not, and that's I guess why you should come here. If you're coming here, what would the question be that you want the psychic to answer? Are you going to go home on September 8th? Was that that was your original kind of general thinking? And does your parents want you to move back? And
I don't
to be
understand
honest
that
with you, it
she
seems like
says I can't get the PT if I don't go home. My doctor just sent me to get physical therapy, and I go into the office to have physical therapy. They don't have to come to my house to do it. So I don't understand why you have to be at home to get physical therapy. They have to come to your house. There's no office that you can go into to have physical therapy. And where are you staying now? Like, why can't you have where are you staying now? Because it seems like whatever your health issue is to the point where you cannot like provide for yourself. Like you can't provide the income that you need to provide a job to provide. I mean, the income that you need to provide housing. So it seems like you're dependent on other people. You can't sleep over 4 hours in a shelter. I worked at a shelter, hon, and the curfew was usually 8 o'clock. And so you went to bed at about 9 or 10, and you slept all the way through until 7 or 8 in the morning. So that is definitely over 4 hours. So what shelter are you going to that won't let you sleep more than 4 hours? I mean, there's more 4 hours in the night, and I'm pretty sure there's a curfew as to what time you have to be in the shelter and then what time you have to be up the next morning. So that I'm pretty sure that equals 8 hours. You want insurance readings?
what's an insurance rating?
Oh, no insurance. No insurance is the reason why you're not getting the diagnosis. So, what is going home going to do? If you go home to be with your wife, you still don't have insurance. Is that correct?
So you're saying you can't have insurance because you're not home, but if you're home, you get insurance? You kind of lost me there. How is insurance eligibility tied to you living in your domicile?
What kind of insurance do you have that only can help you from home? I don't know any insurance that limits your ability, because usually when you're in a shelter, they are more likely to give you health insurance because you're in a shelter and you're in a unstable situation. So again, I worked in shelters and I worked with clients who needed housing, who needed insurance, who needed therapy. And usually you could do emergency, I'm not sure.
Not that, but again, by being in the shelter, you are displaying that visibly you have a need.
And we had transportation, like like people will get medical transports from our shelter also. I think your concern is you just want to go back home. I don't know that all of these things are truly obstacles in the shelter, because usually in the shelter you get more services versus if you want to go home. I think you really do want to go back home, and that's understandable, but I don't think that's what's keeping you from getting the insurance as a person who worked in shelter care for over 10 years. And I don't know what state you in, but and that may be true, but I don't know any insurance that requires you to be in the home before they'll allow you to get insurance. That seems a bit odd, because usually if you're in a crisis situation, you get
Yeah,
more emergency services that way, or that's how it works for my clients. But I do wish you the
yeah,
best. Maybe call your wife and just have an a conversation with her and explain to her that you got the diagnosis, you this is the requirement, and maybe she will allow you to come back. But I'm assuming if she's being that rigid, there was a couple lines that you crossed, or a couple things that she's just not willing to deal with. But again, have that conversation to see if she's willing to do that.
yeah,
But I do get a
yeah,
feeling of
and I
exhaustion from the family down.
yeah, and if I were you, autistic, what I would also suggest is when we're done with this, uh, go back and when we finish talking with you, go back and look at your answers, review your answers, and review your conversation with us. I think you'll be surprised at what you find. I think you'll have a you may have an awakening moment, because it's interesting. No matter what we've offered, no matter what we've said, there seems to be an answer that you can't, for every reason. Something can't happen, or it's somebody else's fault, or whatever. And we're trying to draw you to understand a pattern that we experience with you here. And one of the best ways to see a pattern is when you see it yourself. So you may want to go back and look at your answers and review your answers to all the conversations we had, and read them carefully and see where they tend to lead you and how they tend to defend you, or they support you in a way that is contrary to helping you in the end. So what I'm suggesting to you is we would be of very little use to you at this point, and we appreciate you having you come in and have a conversation with us. But I think that you've predetermined some of the outcome that you've expected, and no matter what we will say, I don't think we're going to be able to give you information that you're going to appreciate. I just don't think that's the case, because again, I don't think it's what you want to hear. I think you want to hear something specific, as Angie had mentioned about forum shopping, and this isn't that. And not only that, but again, you're not asking questions. I think you're just trying to have a conversation about your limitations, but some of your limitations are self-imposed. And if you read your own answers, you'll see
Don,
that.
her only focus is her wife going to let her come back home. So none of what we're saying is
Yeah.
hitting home. All she wants to know is her wife going to let her come home. And in my very first few minutes of reading her, I said, I don't see you going home, because I see your
Yep.
family people being very exasperated. I saw them as the nine of wands, and they were just like, oh, here we go again. And I did not see you returning home at all. So if that is the situation where you can't go home, what is your next step? What are you going to do? You're saying that the shelter doesn't allow you to sleep, but if that's your only place to be, then you're going to have to figure out how to get this sleep. Maybe you could bring in a doctor's note and say, hey, I need blah, blah, blah to get this sleep. So, like, if you're not allowed to go home, how are you going to move forward? Okay, you know what? Have a good day, Miss Autistic, Miss Autistic. I,
Yeah,
I I hope that everything works out for you.
we're back into a loop. Back to a loop. So yeah, I'm like you. I think that she needs to find long term um, long term plans, long term place to be because I don't think what you're hoping for will be. Okay.
So it's been documented by professionals that the only place that her autism is intact is if she's at home. Just I believe it. I definitely am going to have to go with you on that. So maybe you should take some of that paperwork to your wife and see if she's open to let you stay there. Because if she doesn't, then what are your alternatives?
And I'd be looking at the alternatives. If I were you, I'd be looking at the alternatives.
All right. So
Um,
who's next? Um, is that the consultant? Is that what that says? Exactly, Sherry. Sorry. Who else wants a reading? Put your question in the chat, whatever it is that you want to be read on.
there was not an F bomb in that statement, by the way. Is that our? Is that our Sherry?
No, that's another Sherry. I think she knows our Sherry though. Our Sherry is with her daughter who's getting married today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I didn't know.
She's in, I
Oh,
want
that's
to
nice.
say somewhere down south. Don't get me wrong. I want to say Tennessee, but that doesn't sound right. But she's somewhere down
Okay.
south, and her daughter's getting married this weekend. I want to say today, the 27th, and that's where she is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I didn't see an F bomb there, and I knew there would. If that was our Sherry, there would there probably would have been an F bomb in that conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, misunderstood. Exactly. um, the consultant is there another name that I can call you? Oh, Sherry is friends with Susan. Is it
Okay.
Sherry? Are we saying it correctly? Is it Sherry? And the consultant is asking for a general from Twitch. Vinny. Okay, got it. Oh, I like that. Hey, Pam. Y'all are reading our mind. I think y'all all might be funny. Okay, Vinny. I like that name, Vinny. Let me and instantly the energy popped up when I got your real name. So let me see what information I'm getting for you. I need some water after all that. Yes, we are live, misunderstood. Okay. So Vinny, oh wow. Must have been real interesting. Woo. I don't know, because this one is also so maybe.
Mhm.
Okay. So Vinny, let's see. She says that your mouth isn't matching your the video, but it seems fine on me. Like I see when you talk, everything lines up. So she's saying that there's a lag between the voice that she hears, and you may have to exit out and come back in, altruistic, because sometimes there's a lag, and if you exit out and then come back in, it might come back together for you. But I don't see a lag on my end while I'm talking to Don. All right, so Vinny, let me see what I got for you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh, she says I don't know. All right, so Vinny, let me see. You said a general reading. Let me see what I'm getting for you. I have to clear my energy really quickly. I hope y'all can't hear my son in the back. He's just so loud again. Now that is one thing I don't miss is all that loudness. Let me just hold on to this and get myself together.
Actually, remember when we first went to school, we did kind of miss it because we were so used to hearing it.
Exactly. It was so quiet, and now
Yeah.
he's just screaming all the time.
Yeah, because I remember when you first went, you're like, this seems kind of strange.
It's
I'm
so
used to
not,
hearing him,
yeah,
and it was.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, let me clear my energy a little bit.
Oh no, I was doing. I was getting ready to check the thing and to see. Does anybody else see a lag or hear have a lag from my voice to my words coming through? Again, my mouth moving versus the words coming through. Because again, that was a concern from one of the folks watching. Just an idea.
Oh, you don't hear him? Okay, good. Misunderstood. I tried to, and Vinny said no lag, and he's on Twitch. Um, I try to cover him up, or I try to mute when he gets loud, or I have to text him and say, "Can you calm down?" Because they get excited in that little virtual world of them games on there. They get to screaming and yelling, and you didn't help me, or you blah blah blah, and it's a lot. I mean, he'd be so entertained by it. One day, I went in his room and touched him on the shoulder, and he screamed and almost jumped out of his seat because he knew I was in the room. Okay. So everybody said that you're all good. Okay. So Vinny, the first thing I hear is show me the money. So I feel like I want to say that you're telling somebody to show you the money, but I feel like it's your higher power saying, show me the money. Like, show me that you're ready. Show me that you're motivated to move forward. Like, I feel like you have some big dreams and some big wishes and some really big, like, are you trying to get into entertainment? Because they keep showing me a movie scene and they just keep showing me like that social media world. Like, I feel like you're trying to become famous or you're trying to be, get into some kind of entertainment industry and you have big plans and big dreams and they're saying, are you ready for it? Are you mentally prepared for everything that you're asking for? And so when I hear show me the money, it's like your spirit guides are saying, show me that you're ready. Show me that you're mentally ready for all the things that you're going to go through because it's not going to be all lollipops and gumdrops. It may be some highs and lows. And are you ready for everything that you're saying that you're ready for? So I see you wanting these big things. You'd like to be acknowledged for your work. Oh, okay. So that's where you want to be on the big screen. You want people to see you and acknowledge you and give you the attention for your work because they're saying, are you ready for that? If they take you to the next level, are you ready to get there? Are you ready? And the thing that they keep showing me is a justice card. Are you going to make fair and just decisions, or are you going to be a little bit petty and a little bit have a little bit of backlash against people who you felt like didn't treat you right? So they're saying, are you ready for that level, that next level up? And if you are, if you say that I just don't feel like your guides feel that you are ready, and they feel like you need just a little bit more growth. I'm seeing maybe 6 months for you to level up or for you to get the experience that you need in order to move on to the next level. And not saying that it's a bad thing, but just mentally or in a leadership perspective, you're not ready for that next level yet. But it is coming. It's not saying that it's not gonna come. And I don't know if you were like passed over for a promotion or if you felt like, oh, you know what, I came up with this idea, but John got all of the accolades for it, or oh, I said we should do this. And then I mentioned it to John, and then he brought it up in a meeting, and now they think he's so great, but it was my idea. So it feels like you feel slighted in a couple ways, but they're saying these are just parts of the lesson. You are going to have to receive some tough criticism, some tough and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just kind of feedback. Now, are you ready for that level up? Are you ready to be impartial and move to the next level of leadership? Because the leadership is the word that they're giving me. So I don't know if that's what you're going for. Like maybe you want to lead a project or you want to be a manager or a supervisor or something, but leadership is where you're heading. And are you ready for it? Just a little bit more marinating and cooking, and they're showing me 6 months, and I think, and that'll be the beginning of the year because where we're at 8th month, so that'll be like February, so that'll take you through the holidays, and then it'll take you over into like January or February, and then that's where everything will be fresh for you. You should be ready. So take these lumps and licks and bruises, and maybe you're working extra long shifts, or maybe you're working extra shifts, or maybe you're doing the grudge work or the research on the project or whatever it is. You're doing the low level work, but again, it's going to shine through and it's going to get you to where you need to be. It's just kind of like getting your, you know how they say you have to pay your dues. It's kind of like you paying your dues. because you're on your way. We're just trying to develop your leadership abilities to get you to where you need to be, but don't fret. You are on your way there. And then, is there a love situation that is going on in your life? Because I feel like there's a girl in the background that I keep hearing call your name. Like maybe she calls you when she needs you, but she's not necessarily, oh, you're working 7 days straight. Yep, I see that. I definitely see that. Um, and then I'm also seeing like, is there somebody who calls you when they need you, but for nothing else? Like they're calling you like, hey, can you come help me with this? Or, hey, I need to borrow. Or like they're really sweet to you in that situation and you want more, but they're kind of breadcrumbing you on the situation. And what I'm seeing is your higher power is pulling this person away from you. So they're like an echo. They're slowly moving away from you. So whatever it is, this person or this situation that you're being pulled from. And when I say relationship, it could be a love interest, but it could be a family member, but it's somebody who calls you on up when you're in a crisis. Got it? Because that's how they're showing. And they're just pulling this person from your memory. And once you let all that residual stuff go, all of that kind of, oh, I'm so, this person, you'll kind of move forward in a healed situation. You're healing. You have so many things going on, major things, career things. All of them seem to be in a stage where you're getting your lumps and bumps and bruises and your lessons. And then you'll get to that next stage because you'll have acquired the information, the experience that you need to move forward. So there is a new love of your life coming. But again, you have to kind of get over this situation. And this person is being pulled further and further away where they'll maybe don't answer the call or maybe don't answer the text and just let it go. Maybe block this person and move on. But I feel your higher power pulling this person out of your energy away from you so that you can have that healed heart and be ready for your new person. Because they're showing me the Three of Swords. But one thing I've learned about the Three of Swords is all those little piercing holes in your heart allows the light to shine through and that heals you. And then those wounds are just experiences that you've had and you've learned from them and you grow to the next level. And so even though you've had this heartbreak, you are growing, you are learning. And when you go, you'll be a little bit more focused and a little bit know, okay, this isn't the situation I like. And be a little bit more upfront about what it is you do like or you don't like. Um, um, I want to say that I was in the dating app and this guy sent me 3 long paragraphs about what he brought to the table, what he needed, what he didn't need, what he liked and what he didn't like. It was overwhelming and it was more than I wanted to deal with, so I moved on. So again, just kind of state what it is that be upfront. Don't kind of be get along, go along to get along. And then when you get there, it's an annoying trait. Like maybe this person whines or this person does something and you really don't like it, but in the beginning you're okay with it. And then as it go along, it's an annoyance. So what they're saying is be upfront about your likes and dislikes. And if they like you, they'll like you regardless. But you are well on your way to healing from this situation. Just let it trickle off and you'll move forward. So that's what I got. Great. And you keep saying you've come to terms with it, but it's coming up in your energy. So there is some residual there because I can hear her echoing in your ear. Like I can hear her call, I can hear her whispers, and then I feel your guides pulling you away. So a lot of times we think that we're done, but if she was to call you today, how would you respond? Like I remember when I was dealing with my dad, or the loss of my dad, I thought I was over that situation, but it kept coming up in readings. He kept coming up in mediumship and it was just more energy, more healing that I needed to have. And so even though you say you're done with the situation, your guides or your higher power still feels the pull on you from her. Like they still see, and I can still hear her whispering in your ear. So you are moving on, just let her go. And then again, we're about to have the full moon. I release those things that no longer um resonate with me or that no longer serve me. And if she's one of those things that you need to release, go ahead and release. So that's what I got for you, Vinny. I like your energy. It's really upbeat. I like your name seems to come with like an energetic bounce and boost to it. Cause soon as I got your name, I just felt like, oh, my energy just kind of perked up. So I feel like overall you're a nice person, you're a funny person. You make people like you try to diffuse situations and make everybody feel kind of good about stuff or kind of ooey gooey and warm inside, but you're not totally appreciated for your humor. And you don't worry because people don't appreciate me for all my humor either, but that's okay. I still think that I am very funny. All right, so that's what I have for you, Vinny. Do you have anything for Vinny, Don?
Um, hmm. No, well, the only thing I'm picking up, Vinny, is there a sister conflict you have? Are you and your sister close, or are you kind of on the outs, or have you? I get the feeling like you're on the outs, or you haven't spoken in a while. Was there a problem between you and your sister? Because I'm feeling like there's some sister brother sister energy that's flaring up, and the reason why I ask this is is there a huh, is she having a health conflict? Do you know of? Because again, I'm picking up potential for a something with their health. Something is just off a little bit, and um, I just feel that you should maybe reach out to her and have just check in on her, even if you guys have not talked for a while, even if there's some issues or anything with it. I think I would put them off for now. I would put them. I'd put them on the back burner. If you still want to have the grievance, have the grievance. If you know, but I'm getting the feeling like there's a health situation that give her a call and just open up a conversation, and she may talk to you about it. She may just need to discuss something. It may be something that is a family genetic situation. I don't know. In that situation, and therefore, it maybe it's something triggered, and you're like, is this? Well, I remember mom had this, or I remember dad, or something. I just feel like there needs to be a conversation, and she needs it, and I think it would be good for you to do it as well. I think both sides would gain from that conversation, but I'm thinking there's something about her health specifically that is probably at the root of that energy that's calling me to have you reach out to her. Okay. I'm not saying you're going to fix anything. You're not going to fix anything. That's not what I'm saying. And by the way, so don't make sure you understand that it's not that. It's just that it's more about just knowing you're there. And I think that even if she would not pick up in the previously, I think because of where she is and what she's going through, she probably will now, because sometimes things make us aware that uh, that even our but things so big, things sometimes seem so much bigger until something bigger happens, and then you're like, oh man, that's small. you know that's what I'm picking up. So maybe just make the call, and again, if she doesn't answer, she doesn't answer, but at least you tried. At least you put the effort in. All right. That's about it for me, Angie. That's about all I'm picking up for them.
Oh, great. That was good. I like that, Don. You picked right up on that energy. He has a lot of females in his life that are giving him heck right now, aren't they? But I still like his energy. He just
Yeah.
feels so much fun. Like if you get to know him and you really get in his energy, he seems fun.
Yeah.
So I like it. And I hope
Absolutely.
that works out. And then misunderstood. Are you still here? Because I got something for you. While Don was reading Vinny, I got something. Unless you have somebody else, Don, you want to read.
No, no, I'm good.
So misunderstood. I hope that you're still here because may I get a reading? Hey, Allison. Um, wow. And it came up so easy too. So I'm gonna wait for you to come in there because I don't want to have to start over.
Misunderstood. Confirm that you are still here.
Okay, there was an awesome love you too. Okay, all right. So misunderstood. I get an energy like your energy seems to stand tall above everybody else. So like if you were to take a picture, you would be the tall person in the background. But they said stand your ground, stay who you are. And then the very first card that came up was the devil energy. But I don't get it in a pessimistic type of way. I get it in a um um you're I don't know if you're closed off in your emotions or you're very straightforward in your emotions. Like people aren't gonna pull on your heartstrings and be like, oh, well. I'm going through such a bad time. You like, whatever, girl. Everybody going through a bad time. Pull yourself together and get your life in order. That's kind of how it is. You're very direct about about a situation, and you're going to be honest. And because of that, people may think that you're a little bit mean or that you're a little bit negative or something like that. But you're very truthful and factual in what you're saying. And what I'm getting from you is to stand your ground. Be who you are authentically, because what they can never say is that you're fake, and what they can never say is that you're lying. They may not like what it is that you're saying, but you are very authentic in what you're saying. And they're saying, stand your ground, stand above everybody else, because in this situation, you can't be hidden. Nobody can say that that they can't see you. You stand out very well. What you say resonates with people, whether they want it to or not. It resonates, and your words are felt and heard over and over and over. Like you plant a seed in somebody, and as mad as they are at you, they still understand what you're saying, even if they don't want to admit it. So I'm getting, continue to be that person, because that's truly who you are. And that's how you were made to be that mirror to people and reflect back to them what it is that they need to see or hear, or give them that honesty. And so I feel like you've gotten such a negative response from people that you are kind of like, because my throat just kind of got like choked up where my words didn't want to come out. And so I feel like you're kind of stepping back and trying to shut down and like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed and just let you do whatever you do. But what they're saying is no, speak your mind, go ahead and do it. And you seem to be very intuitive, because they're showing me this right here, this whole third eye lighting up. You seem to be very intuitive, and you can read a situation quickly and be like, no, that ain't it. And you know what? Silly me, I just got it. You misunderstood me. That makes sense in your name, because people, I totally just read it and I'm like, I get it. They are misunderstanding you, and that's why they think that you are very like abrupt. Like you're that person to be like, girl, that dress is ugly. Take that shit off. Like you're the person that would tell somebody that you wouldn't let your best friend go out looking a hot mess. You would tell them the truth, and they may not like them on what you're saying, but you're honest about it. Or, girl, you about to do blah blah blah. Why would you do that? That don't even make sense. And they may not like it, but you're honest about it. I also see a guy in your background. He's kind of curved like this, which is weird to me. So he's either slithering back into your life or trying to slither back into your life, because he's like this. So I feel like he's on his belly. And to me, that's somebody kind of slithering back into your life. So is there an ex that is trying to slither back into your life? But as much as you've resisted this person, there seem to be good and bad times. Like, yeah, he was a cheater, or yeah, he, didn't keep a job, but there was a romantic part, or there was this or that. And so this person is trying to slither back in your life, and you've set your boundary, but this person may have a soft spot in your heart, even though normally you don't have this soft spot. But this person, through the highs and lows of it, you still have a connection. This person is trying to slither back into your life. Is that true? Samantha, I don't. Oh my goodness, that is a love reading of all love readers right there. Um, whew. Yes, ma'am. So is the yes, ma'am somebody trying to slither back into your life and you're trying to hold them off? But again, listen, a warm hand sometimes is better than that. Sometimes that warm hand feels better than you holding them boundaries. So I get it. I totally get what's happening here. Um, but you still got to weigh it out. Is what was good gonna override what was bad? Has this person changed? Is this person worthy of my time? Is this person going to allow me to? Is this person what I see my future with, or is this just somebody giving me the attention and the affections that I need right now? This is a right now moment. Like, I just need a little bit of maintenance. So I'm going to holler back at this person because I know what it's like. And then I'm going to move on. Or is it, this is done and over it? Because if I get back in that energy, it's going to take me a long time to disconnect from that energy. So I do see this person slithering back into your life. And they keep saying the word slithering. I'm not using this word. This is how the word is coming to me, as slithering back into your life. And they're saying this is a decision that you have to make or break it, good or bad. It's your decision, and it's your lesson to learn. Am I truly over this person, or am I going to do I see a change that's worthy of me giving them that pace back? your guys aren't going to make this decision, but you're going to deal with the consequences however you decide. And there's no right or wrong. There's no, oh, well, you shouldn't have did it. Or up, yeah, you should have done it. It's a, what is the lesson that you're going to get? Is it that I'm healed or is it that I'm not healed? And so that's what it is. Exactly. So I see it. And okay, I get it. And again, I mean, is he worth another round? Is how they're making it. Oh, exactly. I knew it. I did. And that's the way it felt to me, like he rocks your world. Okay? He gives it to you. And you like, I mean, and that's why they kept saying you have to weigh, are the pros higher than the cons? Like, does it balance out, or is it just, you know what, this is a fun thing, this will get me back in the game, and then I let it go? Or do I just say, you know what, I ain't even gonna mess with it, I just can't move forward with it? But either way, it's your decision to make, and there's no right or wrong in this situation. Misunderstood. So that's what I got for her. Or you misunderstood me. I like that name. And totally halfway through the reading before I got what it was. But it fits your personality. Don't change who you are. Do not. That is the one thing they keep saying, is don't change who you are. Be who the hell you are.
I'm not even going to touch that. You did such a great reading. I mean, and it was so full of energy, and it was so right, spot on. And I was picking up some of the same energy. So I'm like, you know what? Leave a good one when it's there. It's like a fine wine. Just don't touch it. Just let it breathe. Let it breathe.
I like you misunderstood me. I really do like your energy. I think you've been in the comments before, and I like when you're here. You're just like, it's so direct. It kind of matches my directness sometimes, and I just like your energy. And I hope that was good for you. And I hope that helps you out. And then I heard yes on the car. Are you trying to get a black car? I don't feel like it's an SUV. I feel like it's a car. I heard yes on it. Like, are you waiting on like a loan to come through? Or are you thinking, will I get the loan? Because I heard a yes. If you're trying to get a car, and they showed me the top of a black vehicle, and I feel like you're taller than the vehicle, so I feel like it's a car. But I got a yes on the car if that's what you're looking for. All right. So all right, Don, you can pick the next one.
Let's give Allison a read. Allison, if you're still here,
All
let us
right,
know.
it's Allison. Okay. Oh, your son is trying to get a car. Then I get a yes on that. I definitely get a yes on the car. Like the loan is gonna go through and he's gonna get the car. Miss Allison, are you still here? Because I have questions about children. And do you have three? Because I see three little children lined up, or three kids lined up. And it feels like the middle one is trying to get out of the middle section and climb over, the other two. Like they're fighting for like their, I don't know whether it's attention or their spot in your life, but there seem to be three little children who are um who are um who are kind of battling for not that you're making them compete for your affections, because I feel like you give equally to your children, but I feel like there is a competition, or maybe that middle one is feeling like they're not being recognized or they're not being seen. So can we confirm, yes, there are three kids? Yes, three. Okay, I see the three kids, and that middle one seems to be very much I want my space. I want to be seen. That middle, child syndrome. Okay, yeah. Oh, 15. Oh, I totally get it. Then that makes a lot of sense. If they're 15, I get it. I totally get it. That's that time where you're trying to find yourself. You're testing your boundaries and you're pushing forward. And again, I don't feel like you are not giving equally to them, but this one feels like there's some there's disproportionate attention to them. And is the middle one a male? Because I feel like it's a male. I
Absolutely.
feel like it's a male. Huh?
It's interesting because I was picking up football players, so I wonder
Okay, yeah.
if the middle one plays football as
Yeah,
well.
I felt like the middle one is a male. He's gonna be fine. You may have to give a little bit more attention, celebrate it a little bit more. Like, oh, you got an A on your paper, put it on the refrigerator. Oh, we're having a banquet. Let's all go. Oh, you won the game. Let's go out and do something extra. So I feel like just a little bit more attention to that person will help them out, or allow them a little bit. Are they testing their boundaries on freedom? Like, I want to go out and hang out with my friends, but I don't want you to drop me off and pick me up. Can we like ride with such and such as older sister? Like, I feel like they're testing their boundaries onto what you're going to allow them to do, and you're trying to rein it in and be like, no, I gotta make sure you are, um ready for the things that you're for, or that you're safe. And this person is really pushing their boundaries as to where you're going to let them go and what you're going to let them do. Oh, he just started football. Okay, Don, you were right. We're both right. And I feel like he's just testing his boundaries. And again, he's gonna be okay. Does he have an uncle? Because I don't feel like dad. I feel like uncle. Is there an uncle male influence that he kind of looks up to that maybe could have a conversation with him? Because I get an older male, but I don't get father because they're showing me my uncle, who's the fun uncle. He's the fun uncle in our family. He's very inappropriate, but you can go and get some good advice from him. So does he have an uncle that is kind of like that? Not necessarily inappropriate like my uncle, but that's the uncle that they showed me that was inappropriate, and that would kind of speak some kind words into him, just kind of give him some direction and some understanding, because I feel like he needs it from a male perspective. Exactly. Okay. You want the best from him. And when I say test your boundaries, it's like, well, why can't I just go? Why can't I go with such and such? Or we're going on a weekend trip. Why do I have to do? Why do you have to meet their parents? Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do that? He's questioning why you're kind of being so embarrassed. Oh, his brother's 23. Okay, so that's a person who no fun uncles. So it's the brother that's giving him the advice, because I feel like he'll listen to that person better than he'll listen to you, because it's coming from a male, and they'll tell him, you know what, mom means well, just kind of relax, or just kind of whatever, or just give them some kind of direction. But I feel like he'll be fine. But immediately the kids came up. And then are you transitioning out of like, I don't know if you're retiring, but are you transitioning from one career to another, or one job to another? Because I get a transition, and it's a big change in your life. Like, either it's a big schedule change, or it's a big job career change, but there's a big change that's related to your career. Is that correct? Okay, you're perfect. So that's good. That is perfectly good. Perfectly fine for the for the older brother to help out, because he does listen to him. And then again, are you transitioning in your career? Yes, that's what's going on. Okay, I don't know if that's what the career, but I feel like a transition. I feel like you'll be fine. You're looking up as if in like you're at a disadvantage, like, oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. It would be like me trying to learn a lot of the social media things, tools that are online, like editing videos and how to upload stuff and do all this kind of stuff. A lot of that technology, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Oh, you're retiring. Okay. Oh, and Lumi. Okay, got it. Because I see the big change, and what they're showing me is, gosh, I totally lost my thought on that. Transitioning to something else. Oh, you're looking at it from a place of a disadvantage. You're looking up like they have all the power above, and what are the decisions that they're going to dump down on me? And what your the way your guides are showing it to me is actually you're now more on equal footing, because you can decide where you want to go, and don't look at it as in what is going to pour down on me, or what decisions are going to come. Am I going to like it? You're a little bit afraid, and not necessarily afraid. You're just kind of a little bit anxious as to what's coming next. And they're saying, what do you want to come next? How do you want it to be? If the perfect job could call you tomorrow, what would that look like? And so that's what they want you to see, is that things new job opportunity. Got it. And stop looking at it from a disadvantaged place, but as equal footing. Like, you can decide how you want this to be, and you're going to be perfectly fine. They're saying like you're going to like your coworkers, and I don't know if you had a bad situation with coworkers, but your coworkers are going to seem a little bit fun. Like, I see you all having potlucks. I see you maybe going out for like, I don't know if you do like paint and sip, or you're looking for people to hang out with from your professional career, but I see you getting out and being a little bit more social and liking it, and your work group being a part of that situation. So you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They want you to calm your nerves and understand that you are very qualified for this. You are very ready for this, and you are going to do very well. So that's what I got. Ah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. And money. Oh, and you know what? I felt like you were getting an increase too, and that's good too. So you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Everything that you're hoping for is going to be fine. So that's what I got for her, Don. You're muted.
Sorry. The one thing I would suggest is make sure you're very clear. Make sure you're upfront with what it is you expect. Make sure you understand what they expect. Make sure that there's nothing that hasn't been already discussed when it comes to this management role, or any other thing you're moving into. Make sure that there's no there's no ambiguity, because I just feel that something gets missed, like a T is not crossed or an I is not dotted, and then it causes a little bit of a problem down the road, because you're like, oh my gosh, I thought we had that figured out, but because it really wasn't hammered down, that's a problem. So the most important thing to do is understand the parameters. Make sure that you get what you feel you're worth. The thing is that your raises and promotions are all based on that initial amount of money. So make sure that that amount of money is fair, because again, if you undercut yourself, it's hard to catch up down the road. So know your value, make sure that you push your value and that kind of stuff. But the most important thing is make sure that, again, there's no when you are done with the conversation, both they and you understand what it is that both of you expect, and that there's no daylight between the two of you. If there is a question, even a question, make sure it's resolved, and it's resolved in a situation, in a way that both parties have agreed specifically to that, whatever it is. Okay. That's the only thing I'm getting. That's the warning I was getting, and it's
Also get a little bit because she says she's going to like a management role.
mhm,
Like she's wondering how her colleagues are going to see her. Like now that I'm elevated, is
mhm,
there going to be any tension? And I feel like I don't see any real tension, but I do see like you having to set boundaries again, deciding what it is that like being appropriate and not being like, oh, okay, girl, yeah, it's okay that you were late, and then they're continuously being late, and they're like set those
mhm,
boundaries that we're still going to work with. We're friends, or or we're colleagues, and now that I'm elevated, I'm not gonna let everything slide because of our relationship. Stay on top of that and be fair all the way through, because like Don said, it could be a slippery slope. Like,
mhm,
you let this pass, and you let this pass and let this pass, and then now it's hard to rein it back in because you got to be extra tough, when if you would have just been, you know the right appropriateness, you would have been fine.
mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
construction and a new company. Oh, and that's a very, very male dominated field also.
mhm,
Speak your truth. Speak. You are knowledgeable, so speak up. Like whatever it is that you know. Like, oh my gosh, my friend just told me this story today, Don. So she's
mhm,
very, very knowledgeable. She's been doing like billing forever. And so the way she first learned it in her 20s, her employer made sure they knew from the invoice, from purchase, all the way through resolving the remittance at the end, payments and
mhm,
all that. So she knows the whole thing. So when she gets hired in, she rarely needs training because she knows the whole process all the way through. She's a SAP like super user, so she knows everything. So she was having this argument with this vendor over the contract or the PO or whatever, and the vendor was like blah 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 blah. So she was going back and forth with the vendor. So they ended up, and so she called the supplier. She called the next person up. So then they go back to the person in the company that they were, I guess the salesperson in the company, and it's like, oh, she's arguing back and forth. So he didn't know that so he went to complain to this lady. He didn't know her office was right next door. And he's just going off about her. And she's just sitting there and just listening. And he's like, who is this person? She said, oh, it's me. I'm right next door. If you come over, I'll explain it to you. So she explained it to him. And he was like, oh, okay, you're right. So he went back to the vendor and said, oh, well, she's right. But she was so knowledgeable in what she was doing, you couldn't throw her off. You couldn't intimidate her. You couldn't make her feel like she didn't know what she was doing. And so that's the vibe I'm getting for you, Allison, is to stand your ground. If you're knowledgeable in something, speak what it is you know. You don't have to be rude about it, which she wasn't. but she was very, direct about it. No, this is what it is. And I think they thought that since she was the new person, she's only been there like maybe 2 weeks, that she was just going to kind of cower. And she says, no, I know billing. If I don't know nothing else, I know from end to end. And what this person is saying is incorrect. And once they got through with all the investigating and all the phone calls, she was correct. And they had to do exactly the way she said. So again, stand your ground in this situation. So that's how I got it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's interesting because if you're moving into construction, sometimes and again, you may have already been in construction, which is nice, but I think that sometimes I think that when you move into a situation like that, and you can easily fall into the again the energy of the male or dom. You're trying, it's you can always, if you're not careful, you can try to over compensate because you're in a male dominated industry, and therefore you want to show them that you can be there with the boys and you can play with the boys. But the one good thing about it is you don't have to be at their level, and make sure that you don't play at their level. Make sure that you're like, hey, this is who I am, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, and understand that you own your power, you own your own space, you own your own identity, and therefore you're more comfortable as you get connected with people because they'll get to know you right off the bat. Don't try to out butch them. Don't try to out manly them in that sense. Instead, just say, you know what, this is who I am. This is my presence. This is what I'm bringing to the table, and we're good. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm getting in that sense. That's kind of what I've seen in the past. Is that again, you set your tempo. You say, this is, you tell them who you are. You show them who you are, and then you're like, this is what you got. You have to deal with it, whether you like it or not. And that's a good way to do it. And I have the feeling that you're not going to have a problem with that anyway. Your confidence, I don't have a problem with your confidence. Your confidence seems to be good. I think part of you is just saying, this feeling of a concern, but I think it's not true concern. I think you've got this. Mm-hmm.
Her energy just feels all over good. Like I feel success is looming. It's just stay focused. Like set the tone at the beginning, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, well, it's a male. This man is saying this, and so I just kind of step back because he knew more. Stand your ground is how they want me to tell you. Like just speak
Mm-hmm.
up, speak your knowledge, and that'll weigh more than you backing down and just letting things happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, I like that, Miss Allison. All right, I think Jamila is asking for a reading also, Dom.
Super. Sounds good.
Don't worry about it, Allison. You'll be fine. Like it is a leap, but they want you to see yourself not at a disadvantage, on level ground, on level footing with everybody else, and you'll be fine. I see success for you immediately, and you like design, like you organizing other like stuff at the place, like maybe a Christmas party or a holiday party or something like that. Like I see you taking on extra stuff that just makes the office or the atmosphere a lot more nurturing than so like sterile. Like it feels like really scrubbed down and just business as usual. I feel like you'll give it a homey feel, but you'll also give it a direction that it needs to take. So you're all good. All right. And then Miss Jamila, what did she say? A general reading. Jamila, are you here? I remember Jamila. She's been here a lot. And Jamila, I hope you are here because they showed me you in a car. And the vehicle is too small. Like you're all bunched up in the vehicle, but you're driving erratic and you're going all over the place. And that's because you can't really see. You're at a bad perspective. And I feel like you have other people in the vehicle with you, or you have a lot of baggage in the vehicle that is also making it not operate. So what you need to do is to kind of you're shrinking down. So you need to kind of expand or be your like pull yourself up, like you're moving, but it feels chaotic. And like it's kind of like Mario Kart is how they're showing it to me, like just darting all over the place. And you're not, you should be moving along like this, and you're just kind of going here, here, and there because you're moving too fast. I feel like it's out of control for you, and you're trying to figure out how to bring it back in, like how to decrease the speed or not necessarily decrease the speed, but how to get things back in control. Is that correct, Miss Jamila? Like, do you feel like things are kind of all over the place and chaotic? And they're telling me, um, you need to just kind of rise up, raise up, like you're bit down. Like, so say if you're in a vehicle, like I don't know, a little bitty car like a Porsche, and you're a real tall person and you're kind of bit down and the car's too, like you're bent over and you can't see where you're going or you can't navigate correctly because the vehicle's too small and you need more room to grow, you need more room to expand. So you need to you just need more space, and you're expanding, but the mode of transportation or the vehicle that you're in is too small, so you need to step up. And so, I mean, not step up, but you just need to find something that fits you better. And so I don't know if this is like, oh, I need to move, like it feels like a big drastic change too. Like I don't know if it's like I need to move from North Carolina to South Carolina, or I need to move from here to there, but I feel like there's a big move that you need to make, and all this baggage that you have with you, you can let it go. You don't need to take all of that with you, because where you're going, you want it to be renewed. It's like you said, I want to release all this stuff that no longer serves me. I want to get rid of all these people that aren't good in my life, all these bad attitudes, all these bad mindsets, and all this, stinking thinking. You want to get rid of it, but what you did was you just put it in a bag. You tied the bag up, and you're carrying the bag with you. You're saying that you let them go, but you just put them in a bag, and anytime you need them, you just let that one out. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling sad. Oh, I'm feeling this. You just let those things out, and they're saying just let the whole bag go. Just let it go, and then you won't have that extra baggage with you as you're moving forward. And you just kind of need to see the expansion, see where you want to be, see what it is that you want, so that you can get it together. Oh, the job situation isn't stable. So what is it that you want to do? What is the career that you want? Um, what is it that you would like to do? If the perfect job could call tomorrow, what industry is it? What hours is it? Is it at home? Is it in the office? What is the pay? What is the hours? Is it remote? Is it, in office? Is it a team job? Is it something that you do by yourself? My friend that knows the billing from end to end, she wants to be an analyst. She wants to be behind the scene. She wants to find your errors and fix them. She wants to be behind the scenes. She knows what she's doing, and that's the area that she's moving into. She's had a long journey through her career to learn all these things and deal with all these people, but she's getting there. So if the perfect job could find you tomorrow, what is it? Don't try to make the job that you have fit if it's not fitting. What is it that you want that could get you where you need to be? What skills that you need? So maybe those are the questions that you need. What are the skills that I need in order to get where I want to be? What is is there more education that I need? But when I said that, I got no, you don't need more education. You just need to decide where you want to go, and you'll get the on the job training. Are you trying, like, I want to say medical, but maybe that's not it. Maybe it's not medical. Is it coding? Like, I feel like it's an office job in a industry that you're not in, but you got to decide that that's what you want to do. Like, where would you want to be? What is it that you want to do? And once you decide that, then focus on that. Like Chat GPT, all these sites online will help you to customize your resume, because I don't feel like your resume totally sells your skills either. And so look at some of the prompts where it says like, put this in Chat GPT and we'll refine your resume. And like I saw one the other day that said, um, review my resume and get rid of all the extra words. Review my resume and make it suitable for this career. So you decide what career you want, and that's what I used to do. I used to have three different versions of my resume. One for if I wanted to work in law office, one if I wanted to work in like education, and one if I wanted to work in more of a customer service or a healthcare line. So it was the same jobs. It's just how I addressed the resume, when what keywords I used, what things I highlighted, and things like that. So I feel like you need to find the resume of the job that you want, and then cater your skills and things to align with that, and show that you have those things. Because for one, you're underselling yourself. You have more talent than you think you do. You're just underselling yourself when you present yourself on paper. So that's the one thing. Oh, CNA. Okay, cool. Oh, it hurts when you walk. Um, Okay. Um, So is there a different kind of CNA? Is there a different kind of like because I feel you leveling up. I don't feel you being CNA. I feel RN. I feel like you're moving up a little bit. Or even could you do like office management? Because it feels very much like an office. So could you be like the medical assistant in a doctor's office where you're sitting down and standing up? So you're not constantly walking as far as a CNA role. So could you get into the medical assistance field in that way and move forward with that. But I do feel medical field immediately. I just didn't. I saw the stethoscope and I saw RN, but then they told me no more education, so I thought that was odd. But um, I feel like I get an office setting and I get like a personalized office. Like I don't get a hospital setting. I get like it's somebody's private practice and you are working in there and you are a medical assistant. And are you working with children? Is that kind of where you want to be? Because I see little littles and it could be a family practice, but it feels more like a pediatrician's office because I feel like you're really drawn to children. And have you ever thought about dentistry? Because they're showing me teeth too, so maybe dentistry or something like that. And all of those are kind of things that are not like certificate things that don't take that long to get. Oh, but it's hard to study right now. Okay, we're gonna change those words from it's hard to study to I am sort of like improving my study habits. I am aligning my study habits with my or I'm aligning my time management and my study habits. Don't say it's hard because the one thing that my when me and Don used to say, I'm not a medium, I'm not good at mediumship. Our teacher used to be like, stop saying you're not good at it. So we had to rearrange my words. And every single time I say it, I can hear her saying, stop saying you're not good at it. So rearrange your words. It's not that it's hard to study right now. I'm aligning my schedule with my study habits. You know, I'm aligning my study schedule with my work schedule or with my life schedule. So I'm aligning. I'm actively working at it, but I'm actively in it. So say that differently. You know, um, I am finding time to study. That is more productive. I am asking more questions. I am working in an area, I'm doing what I need to do to gain the knowledge that I need. So that's how they're showing it to me. Oh, you need some teeth. Oh, okay. So that's what they were showing me, like a dentist. Okay, so that's what the dentist thing is. But do you want to work with kids? Because they keep showing me little kids too. And as far as this is the teeth, I kind of get that you kind of maybe cover your mouth or you're kind of like sensitive about the situation. And they're saying you need to do some research about it because like you can like a lot of times they'll have like you could go to the dental school and they'll give you a discounted rate or a sliding rail scale for students to work on you. So there's different alternatives to getting your teeth done. And I do know that it's a very rigid program sometimes, but you have to be kind of in this situation, you may have to bend to their will in this situation to get what you want. But again, I do feel like more of an office job. I do feel medical, and I do feel like you can succeed, but you have to more turn it on to changing your words to something more powerful. I'm aligning my schedule with to allow me time to study, to gain the knowledge that I need, to find the job that I want. Speak. I am finding alternatives to dealing with my heel spurs or whatever it is that is wrong with your feet. Like you're finding different things, like do Crocs work, do orthopedic socks work? Like what is the things that you can do in order to help alleviate this situation if you have to walk or if you have to deal with this until then. But I do see positive things coming for you and you'll be fine. You don't want to, oh, I don't want to work with this. Oh, because I see little littles and you seem to be good with them. So maybe it's just a family practice, or maybe it's like he's a primary care person and there's little and bigs there because I saw little kids and you really working with the doctor with the little kids in the office. So that's what I got from Mr. B.
So when you get the so so you're getting a CNA or you already have the CNA? Did I?
She is a CNA, but she has heel sores now and it hurts when she walks. She wants to go to school for LPN, but it's hard to study right now.
But the good thing is the LPN is definitely going to see an increase in your salary if you attain it. Because but a certified nursing assistant makes a certain amount of money, but an LPN definitely makes more money. And Lord knows there are an infinite number. But the good part about it is, if you get the LPN, and maybe with the CNA as well, but if you get the LPN, you can do a number of jobs in the medical field with the LPN. So you don't even have to do, like, if you didn't want to be a nurse and have to walk because of your sores and on your feet and those kind of things, and didn't want to have to do rounds or those kind of things, having an LPN can get you other opportunities. You can wind up becoming in a navigating position, or leading a navigating position, like a patient navigation, or healthcare navigation. You can go into pharmaceutical representatives and become and make a fortune as a farm rep. You can go into some teaching roles and things like that. The LPN does open up categories for you and opportunities, and so even if it's not quite the easiest time for you to figure out a way to study, the longer you wait, the more time is going to pass, and you're not going to want to go back and do it. So if you indeed do want to do it, you probably want to find a way to make it happen if you can, because again, that's what I'm getting. And I think that, but to be honest with you, as I feel your energy, you're right. I don't see it happening right now. I don't get the energy of you going back to school right now. I just don't get that energy, and I don't see that
But
happening.
I felt like they wanted her to move on, so I don't know. Maybe it's just not the time yet, Don.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it's interesting because I'm picking up that there's something else. There's something else that will be presenting itself, and that's what's going to derail you, because I think that you're going to find something else that's going. And again, it's going to take you a little off path, but it's going to be still using your experience. So don't be surprised if a job opportunity pops up in a way that you didn't expect, and it seems to fit the categories and doesn't really, again, have you on your feet as much. Um, but at the same time, you should be looking in areas that can use your experience, but do not need what it is that you consider a limitation. And I think you're going to find it. I think you're going to find it probably sooner than you might think, because I do see you being settled. I'm hearing the word settled. I think this is a settled issue by October. So something's going to happen before that transitional period. So I'm during that period, but I'm hearing you'll be settled by October. So whatever is happening will happen and be resolved by the time October gets here. And it's funny because this year is flying by, Angie. I mean, it's just amazing. I'm thinking October's off in my head by a long time, and it's actually not. It's only a month and a half away. It's like, what
We're
the
already into the Labor Day weekend, Don. So this is
hell?
our, I was like, wait, it's Labor Day already? Like, wait, what is going
Yeah,
on? So yeah, we're moving right along
yeah,
quickly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So keep your ear to the ground, Jamelia. Also, talk to people. Share your concerns. Share your ideas. Share what your goals are. And don't be surprised if again you run into somebody. You run into somebody who unlocks that door for you. They give you something. And you're like, wow, I didn't expect that to be the source, but that source will be the one. Okay.
And I do feel the overwhelmingness of it. But again, you're carrying a lot of baggage that you need to let go. So one
Yeah.
of the things you might have to do when you pray or when you talk to your higher power is say, I'm ready to release these things. How do I release these things? How do I completely let them go? Or just keep repeating, I release those things that no longer serve me. So that's a thing. I feel like you're carrying extra trauma that you don't need to carry, but it's your trauma. And that's not to say that's a bad thing, but a lot of times, again, we think that we've let something go, and all we did was just put it in a box that we're going to open later when we need it, or when we need that comfort of it. Because a lot of times, pain is comfort. Like pain is something that's real and that we can feel versus a nothingness or an uncertainty. And even though pain may not be what we want to feel, it's something real, and it's something tangible that we understand. So I understand the pain of it, but I don't always um versus the peace or the tranquility of the nothingness. Like I'm in that transition from one thing to another, and I'm in this hallway. Like I close this door and I'm in this hallway, and now I'm like, oh my goodness, did I make the right decision? Because I don't know which way to go, and it's not time to for me to decide which door. So now I want to go back because I think I made a bad decision, and that pain is still there. And so what they're saying is just kind of decide which way you want to go. Like kind of calm yourself down because you are a little bit chaotic. You are all over the place. Again, the first image I got was of you like Mario Kart, just zipping all over the place. and being here and being there and being blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I feel like it doesn't take much to get you upset, and then you decide, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm quitting. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. And so I feel like you go back and forth, and your emotions sometimes override or sometimes lead the way versus your logic or your practical know-how as to how you should move forward. So you're doing very good. But again, relax. A lot of times I'll write an email. I'll go and have a, give me a glass of water, go have a snack, and then I'll come back and then I'll write that email again in a different light. So you may need to see things in a different light.
Yeah, I've done that too because I'm like and when you come back, you're like, man, I was gonna flame somebody with that email. So I was like, I'm glad I waited.
Oh, and Jamila, I wish you were on YouTube, because on Don's YouTube, you're on Don's on Facebook, but on Don's YouTube, You Misunderstood Me is on there, and she's saying she's an LPN, and there are online jobs for LPN. She used to do PRN office job for a company based out of Florida, and she's in the Midwest, so she's saying remote work and things like that. And so she has a lot of information for you. So maybe you two could connect in there if that's okay. You misunderstood. I'm just putting your services out there, and that may not be what you want to do. But maybe you two could connect online, or maybe you two could talk online, and she could give you some tips on how to make it manageable to get your LPN, because she's already an LPN, and maybe that could be a connection that'll help you out, and to better manage your time, because I feel like it's a time management thing and a trauma thing, like just letting go of some of those traumas. But again, overall, I feel like things are going to be okay. Continue to pray, because you're wondering if your prayers are being heard. They are, but stop praying from a place of urgency and from a place of um um kind of releasing and letting go, of letting go. That's kind of where I want to, like, okay, I'm ready to let this go. How do I let it go? I'm ready for things to transition and be better. How do I do that? Instead of, Lord, if you don't help me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bust Miss Sally in her mouth because she got on my nerves today. That's a different prayer.
Different kind of prayer.
See
Um,
where you're coming from. And so in this situation is, how can I move forward in a more productive light? But you're gonna be fine.
Absolutely. Well, that Miss Angie, I think we're about done for the evening.
I loved it, Don. It was a good night. It really did perk up my energy.
Fantastic, fantastic. And folks, we appreciate you coming in because you bring the energy that makes it work. You open up, and when you let us read you, it helps us grow, but also it makes it possible because you, again, send that energy forward, and we picked it up, and it's fantastic. So thank you so much for coming in. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah, because I was thinking holiday week, but we'll be over the holidays. This is Wednesday after the holiday, so we're good. And tomorrow I will be flying solo if I go live because Miss Shauna will not be able to be online. So I cannot guarantee I'll be on, but I am planning to it. I'm trying to make it happen. So I will do my best. With that said, we will talk later. Everybody have a great evening. Again, thank you for popping in.
Thank you all for popping in.
Absolutely. We're going to go out the way we came in, and that's with the images and with our song. Here we go. Do 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 do.
Step into the mystic zone tonight. Dawn and Angie shining bright with tarot